Hey guys, what's going on? You are watching the Fantasy Football Madmen show here on Twitch TV. My name's Alec. I'm your host here with Mark Stoneburner.
What's up?
Brennan Ionero is here with us this week.
How's it going, guys? Not working.
And we got Brady Mashed Potato Wells.
So glad they get to hear the nickname.
Yeah, they got to hear it this time. They got it right now. And of course, don't forget, we got Chris, our producer, in the back. What's going on, Chris?
It's
What's going on? Can everyone hear okay? Everyone, I know we had sound issues last time, so I want to make sure everyone's...
Had sound issues.
Okay, yeah, I had sound issues. I was muted for the first 2 minutes of the stream. That was good. Yeah, let's get right into it, guys. It's draft day. It's draft day.
Thank God.
It's the day we've all been waiting for.
It's Christmas, is what it
It's
is.
exactly good point, Mark. It is our Christmas.
We've been drafting since like March? February?
Easily been mocking since March,
been
and
really
how
bad.
it's been changing so much.
Week one of the playoffs is next week. Well, I'm mock drafting for 2019.
Yep.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
That's when we did
Exactly.
our
That's when we did our dynasty draft. Yeah. Let's get right into it. You know, honestly, okay, you know what? I'm going to start off a little differently. I showed some plays from college football from this week. Can we talk about that Washington catch? I know this is fantasy football.
Oh,
Yeah, how it got
we were just talking about that. We said that
We're
was
pissed.
easily the best play. Even though Brady disagrees. He says that Auburn won the game, so that's the better play. Nah, definitely the Washington catch was better over Eastern.
The Washington play was better, yes, but in that scenario against a team like Oregon, with a true freshman quarterback to make that throw, not number one. You're right. It's a top 5 play. Not number one. Still a fantastic play. Watching it live was insane.
What are the
Yeah, I
fantasy
watched it
takes
live.
out of that though?
It was incredible. All right. So, do you guys want to do news? Quick news before we get into the draft? Sound good?
Quick, let's do it.
Let's do it real quick.
Mhm.
All right, I'm going to bring in Chris real quick. Chris, your team, the Houston Texans, made some noise in one day. They traded away Jadeveon Clowney for what we think, at least, is nothing that can replace him. They traded him for what, backup linebackers and a 3rd-round pick, right, Chris?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that trade, the Clowney trade, you know,
You can just say
I'd
awful.
rather not talk about it.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the other trade they made.
Well, I want to mention one thing on that trade real quick.
All right.
The worst part about it, I think, is that Houston is they're paying his signing bonus. So they're paying half. They're paying 7 out of his $13 million contract for this year.
I don't think it really matters because we have the cap space. We're not spending it. So, I mean, it like looks bad.
Don't
At
justify
the
the
same
means with the
time, it
end.
really doesn't matter. Like, in the end, it doesn't matter. Bob Micker's just out $7 million. Like, who really cares?
Yeah. But let's talk about the other trade they made. They upgraded their offensive line, finally, which is what they should have done in the draft. But I don't think they did, in my opinion.
They did. Their first and second round pick in the draft were both offensive linemen.
Are they starting?
Which one of them, Howard, I think might.
I think he's from
I don't
Alabama
know if
State,
he's-
right? Something like that.
I think
some
so,
small
yes.
school. It was a small school
he's more
prospect.
of a project guy.
Mhm.
He's a guy who's raw, but he has a lot of upside and he's got the physical features. But Laramie Tunsil is going to be a monster, dude. He's going to be a positive in every aspect for the offense. He's going to make the run game better. He's going to make the pass game better because we finally, like, left tackle was without a doubt the worst position on our offensive line. If you go left to right, left tackle was the worst and now is the best on our offensive line. So I think our offensive line goes from like 31 to like 15 or 16 or maybe 17, somewhere in that range.
Was that before? Was that just from the draft?
No, I'm talking about like with the draft plus
the trade they made.
Yeah, this is from last year. So from last year, we were like ranked 31st.
Well, yeah.
Gave up the most sacks in the history of the NFL. I don't see how we are anything less than average this year, which I'm okay with because if Deshaun Watson can win 11 games with the second worst offensive line in the country or in the league, then I just don't know what the ceiling is with, an average offensive line.
No, I totally agree. If they can win 11 games with that offensive line and somehow keep him upright. Sky's the limit for them. I
Yeah,
think.
I mean
Yeah.
we've only been talking about just the implications of fantasy for how the Houston's offensive line is going to turn around that, but you also have to think now that through the trade you're going to see Clowney, how that affects the defensive line statistics. The front seven that you're going to have at Seattle now is looking so much better too, even in a defensive standpoint.
That defense
even
is
from fantasy.
scary.
I mean, you're gonna have Clowney, you're gonna have Ansa, you're gonna have Colin. What is it? LJ. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. You're gonna have
The
Brandon
guy they
Jackson,
drafted,
you have a bunch of guys back there, that are
Bobby
that are gonna be
Wagner.
on
Don't
the-
forget about him. Star
yeah,
middle
on
linebacker.
the front line there for the defensive line, and the linebacker you're gonna have Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright.
That's a
You're gonna have
scary
Kendricks, Shaquem Griffin, or however you say it. I can't remember.
Both the
The
brothers are on the
kid
same
missing
team.
his-
They're both
his
on
hand, yeah.
Seattle.
Yeah,
One's
I
a
mean,
corner and
you're
one's
gonna see the front seven for Seattle is gonna look a lot stronger now, and I think that even from looking at Seattle's defense from a fantasy standpoint, I'm not saying it makes it that crazy of a change, but it's not the Bears defense, but it's still it's an upside for the Seahawks defense that they saw,
Oh,
and
I
I think
agree.
he's gonna do well there, and I think that's gonna have some implications on fantasy.
Yeah, small side note, second part of that trade that probably won't get talked about a whole lot, but Kenny Stills, I thought about it a lot because I didn't think it had a lot of fantasy implications at first. But the more I think about it, the more I think it hurts Will Fuller the most, because Will Fuller has been such an effective player when he gets the ball and has been so good with the touches that he gets that removing even one catch a game that should have been his, because Kenny Stills and him are similar players, even removing one catch from him, I think is going to be detrimental to his overall success. Of course, that's all, assuming that he stays healthy, and this is projection of how I think they're going to use Kenny Stills. It could be completely different. They could have brought him in to kind of maybe run in the slot more. I'm not really sure where he fits into this offense. It's also could be hedging their bets on the future, because I think Will Fuller's in the last year of his contract. So if he can't stay healthy, I think we can move on and move on to the next project in Kenny Stills.
I agree. Next, another trade the Texans made. They made 3. Carlos Hyde. Me personally, I don't understand why they made this trade. All signs pointed to Kansas City cutting him.
Well,
So-
the guy they traded was going to get cut regardless. He was on the list to get
So
cut.
it's a cut for cut. So okay.
Yeah, it was a cut for a cut. And in terms of like what Carlos Hyde brings, I don't really think it's a lot. Like, I'm not excited for him as a fan or as a fantasy player. Like, he doesn't catch the ball, and he's going to an offense that doesn't throw the ball to the running back. I think they're like second
got
to last or
opportunities.
possibly last.
Yeah, I mean,
He'll
if they're
get
gonna throw the
opportunities to
ball,
rush the ball for sure. But in terms of like where his ceiling is, I can't see it being any higher than a back end running back too, and that's if he's
I would
really
agree.
successful.
Yeah,
I mean,
if
he'd
they're
have to
gonna
be
throw the ball,
he'd have to
they're
be
gonna throw it
very
to Duke.
successful to get running
They're
back
gonna
2. And if they throw the ball,
yeah.
they're going to throw it to Duke. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
They're gonna throw it to Duke.
Duke Johnson.
If they're gonna throw the ball, they're not gonna throw the ball to Hyde. He's gonna get his rushing touches.
I don't think Hyde can catch a cold, to be honest with you.
Which also kind of hurts Duke a little bit, because it's very like, you put Duke out there, you know what he's out there to do. You put Carlos Hyde out there, you know what he's out there to do. I mean, the defense doesn't have to guess on either of those guys and their role in the offense. So, but this is me assuming the worst out of Bob. I really hope he can surprise me this year, but his offense just isn't that creative, and I really don't think it. I don't think Hyde is going to be anything that great, nor do I think Duke is going to be anything that great.
I agree. All right, so biggest news. LaShawn McCoy gets cut by the Bills and then is immediately picked up by the Kansas City Chiefs, back to where he started his career with Andy Reid. Fantasy implications. Who does this hurt more? Does this hurt? Do you think this hurts McCoy, or does this hurt Damon Williams? Obviously, it hurts Damon Williams more. But does McCoy still have high fantasy relevance? Also, don't do that. That doesn't work.
I think McCoy is just going to be a thorn in the production of Damian Williams from a fantasy perspective. I got him moved way down in my rankings to like back end RB2, like high end RB3. I just don't see like the running back position in Kansas City is going to produce. It's always produced, but I think they're just going to siphon away touches and points from each other. Not
I
so much
agree.
that
I-
Damian Williams is just gonna like keep being on the number one guy because they have like the Chiefs from a franchise perspective have like zero invested into him. So if he just has a bad week and then McCoy has a good week, which I'm not saying it's likely because McCoy kind of sucked last year, but if that happens,
Yeah.
then I could easily see McCoy being the one and then Damian Williams being the two, and then I think we're still in the same situation: high back end RB2, high end RB3. So
Yeah, I can see what you're saying there, Mark.
I agree.
I agree with you on that one for sure.
All right, guys. I'm gonna leave this
And
one up to you guys. Oh,
Yeah,
what's
throw
up, Chris?
one small point on that too. I think if you look at like the past and what Andy Reid has done with running backs, if you look at when Jamal Charles got injured and Spencer Ware took over and he was in RB1, and then Spencer Ware got injured and Kareem Hunt took over and he was in RB1, and then Kareem Hunt got injured or got kicked off the team, and then Damian Williams is in RB1. I don't think Andy Reid cares about fantasy football. He doesn't really care. He
Does any
plays
coach?
what's most successful. Right. Yeah, does any coach. But he
I think
plays
Adam
what's most
Gase.
successful. And so the second Damian Williams goes down and LaShawn McCoy comes in, takes over, and is successful, Damian Williams has lost the job. He won't come back.
I agree. And what didn't they just give him a contract extension? Almost positive.
yeah, but it was small.
It was
Still,
2
but
years.
they-
yeah, it's 2 years.
McCoy-
2
McCoy's
years,
the
and
highest
I think
paid,
they
right?
can opt out of it.
Yeah.
McCoy's only a 1 year. It wouldn't surprise me if they go running back in the draft next year.
Yeah, they're paying McCoy more than.
Well,
Damian
they seem to like
Williams.
Darwin, so we're gonna. All right, so let's. Before we get into our draft, we're gonna go into our hot takes real quick. Hot takes for the fantasy year. You know,
Book it 2019.
Yeah,
Book
book it 2019. These are outrageous opinions on certain players in the league. We each have different ones, and we'll go through them pretty quickly so we can get into the draft. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this, but we'll talk about each one. I want to start with Brady's because I like Brady's. Mashed potatoes, what you got, my guy?
Can you hear me? I had to make sure
Yeah.
I unmuted myself. Okay.
Yeah.
Mine was I love Robbie Anderson, and what I've seen from the Jets in the preseason. My book it is going to be that Robbie Anderson finishes the season as a top 12 receiver. So in our league, it would be a wide receiver 1 with Adam Gase coming in, Sam Darnold looking great. As long as he can get over his injury, this was a little bit before the injury, but barring his injury, I think that's my big take there.
Book it.
Book it 2019.
All right. So I'm not going to go to the most controversial one next. Controversial as in the one we seem to talk about a lot. We're going to go to Brendan and his book it for 2019.
All right, having the real God Turley on my team last year obviously showed up. Him just 371 fantasy points last year. My thing isn't. I wouldn't say it's anything that's over the top of an expectation, but it's something that I can definitely see considering where he's finishing and where he's being drafted at. And running backs is that Todd Gurley is going to finish still as a top 5 running back this year. He's like at what ADP, somewhere around 9 being drafted right now. But you would have to see a 20% drop in points for him to still be put at an RB5 last year. And then you'd also have to see 30% drop in points, and he would still be at an RB7. Those numbers to me, 30% drop in points for him to still be an RB7, finishing last year. I don't see how someone like Darrell Henderson takes that much away from him this year. And you still have Malcolm Brown who's the backup running back anyways. And Henderson, he looked good at some points, but he also didn't do too crazy well on the other preseason games that he had. He looked just okay in some of those. And I think that with his injury, I think he's looking pretty good right now. He seems, all the talks have been nothing but healthy and good news about Todd Gurley. He didn't play preseason, so that's kind of something that we got held out about. But, knowing McVay and how he works, we don't really, he likes to hold people out from playing his starters for sure. So our first game is going to be our first take at Todd Gurley on hopefully a new healthy knee. But that's what I have him as. That's my book at 2019.
All right. I could totally see that happening as well. Like, I could see him he's just, shuts out the haters and just plays exactly like he did last year. Like, just goes off. All right, we're going to go to my hot take. Mark, we're going to let you finish off that part of the show. We're going to go my hot take. And it comes from probably the best wide receiver in the NFL, arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL. Antonio Brown finishes as the 20th ranked or worse wide receiver for the season. And my argument is, look at his quarterback. He's downgrading, in my opinion. He's going from Big Ben, who's a Hall of Fame quarterback, in my opinion, to Derek Carr, who's been very inconsistent throughout his career. He's been good. He's shown that he can be good, but his consistency just isn't there. And Antonio Brown is one to demand the ball and be a big crybaby on the sidelines if he doesn't get the ball. And I don't think John Gruden's going to put up with that for too long. So Antonio Brown finishing as a wide receiver, as a low wide receiver 2, is definitely possible in my opinion. Definitely possible in my opinion. All right, Mark. Let us hear it for the 800th time.
Oh,
Let's
it's not gonna be the
hear
last
it.
time.
And yeah, I'm sure it won't.
Get right into it. David Montgomery, rookie running back for the Chicago Bears, is going to finish in the top 12 at the position in PPR and half PPR scoring, aka RB1. I'm not worried about Tariq Cohen. I'm not worried about Mike Davis at all. Tariq has his own role. He's still going to produce. He's still going to be RB2, I think. But think of looking back at last year. Jordan Howard, who is no longer on the team, as we know, had 250 touches on the ground and 26 targets, in spite of Tariq Cohen. So if all those, or even 225 of those touches go to David Montgomery, I think he's going to be a more efficient runner. He's a more dynamic runner because he can catch passes out of the backfield. So I think he's going to get more targets, which is also going to boost his points. So you can book it. David Montgomery, RB1, 2019.
You've already heard our arguments, Mark. So and they can get kind of heated. So we're not gonna argue this one on the show.
Yeah.
Well, we spent an hour.
Oh yeah,
talking about it.
we've spent some time talking about this one.
It's not finishing as an RB1, but
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Well, that's where
All
we're
right, we're not gonna get into it that much.
My hot take is better than Alex.
I don't know.
Bro.
I think they're equally pretty out there.
It don't matter. Let's move on.
But all right, guys. Late edition. I didn't even see this one. Chris, you got a hot take this year?
Hot take.
What's your hot
David
take?
Johnson is the running back one. Not a running back one, but the running back one.
Really?
He went from the worst offense in the complete NFL, number 32, a bottom half offensive line, which they still haven't improved, but we'll skip over that, and a terrible offensive coach to Cliff Kingsbury, one of the greatest offensive minds in college football over the past 5 years. Kyler Murray, who is head and shoulders above what Josh Rosen was. So his potential is limitless. This dude is going to pop off. I'm calling it now. He's going to be the RB1.
I can see it, though.
I can see it. Yeah, I mean, David Johnson's a perennial
Yeah,
top
I
5
agree.
running back. So
He was a top 10 last year. Everything I was going on about, I forgot to say that. He was top 10 with all of those things going against him.
yeah, he had an
I
awful
feel like
offense.
with a full season under Cliff, with Kyler, with Larry still there, with another year of Christian Kirk, that offensive line I don't think can get much worse, right? So
We'll see.
yeah, we'll see. I don't think they can get much worse. I
Don't
I
think,
can
Chris.
see where he is the guy.
Yeah,
Alright,
don't
let's
think it
draft.
hurts your chances in life.
We good?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
into the draft. I'm gonna show you guys the draft board through my perspective, so you guys can see what we do in our actual league draft. So let me switch this over. You guys are gonna see everything. There we
Even the
go.
chat.
All right, and pay no attention to the chat over here on the right hand side. And of course, me saying that, you guys are gonna be watching that.
Yep.
And we're off.
9
Brady,
seconds
first
to
pick. You're gonna take the
Number
full
one
minute and a
pick.
half. There,
Yeah,
mashed potatoes.
It was either I was hoping Zeke got signed this week. He didn't. There this weekend. He didn't. So I'm taking Barkley.
Obvious pick. Took that in the mock.
I'm shocked.
Oh yeah, we're all
Man,
shy.
we
This
all
could be
didn't
very,
see
this could
that
be
one
very
coming.
casual. You're gonna see
No-
us talk
no
like we normally
risk.
would to each other.
We talked about no risk. This is the least risk.
Yeah, want to avoid
I'm
risk in
putting
that
my
first round.
money where my
Yeah.
mouth is.
Oh God,
He's
Yeah.
going with it.
he's sticking to his guns here.
God, hold on.
Wait.
Maybe not.
There he is.
Maybe not.
Hey, the audio's hilarious, by the way. it's also annoying.
Oh, I
Don't
hate
turn it
this.
off.
He's gonna do it.
What if I
Always
took-
draft it, bro.
Bro, I want to take Zeke so bad. I can't do it.
First
I
wide
force
receiver off the
Brian's auto
board.
drafting, so
Can I force pick for Brian?
You can
Yeah.
have,
Do you
like,
know
you
who
can
you
let
would take?
CPU auto pick.
But do we really want to
For
wait
those
the
of
whole?
you listening at home, Brian is
Brian's had
traveling
yeah.
Hard trouble.
back home, and the alternator went out on his car. So sucks to be Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he's
pretty
missing
much.
out. He's on auto draft today, which sucks. You do not want to be on auto draft. You don't want an auto drafted team.
How do I force auto him?
You click on his name, like the pick.
Oh, there it is.
I mean, I think we just give him Devontae Adams right here, right?
I think he wants Bell though.
Okay. take
Yeah, I
Bell.
thought he wanted Bell.
Yeah.
All right,
I
give
remember
it to
from
him.
his previous drafts he picked Bell. That's what I've seen him do in his mock drafts was Bell.
Yeah.
So that's
Alright.
the best we can get.
Coming down the end of the first round, we'll see.
I wanted to be on the phone with him and I could call him. and go,
Surprise.
"Hey, do you
Surprise! He
want
takes Devontae Adams. He's got him in Dynasty as
Dude,
well.
this is our wild card. Pay attention to
To
Alex
number
34.
He's the wild card.
Dude, he is.
He's in the
He's
show.
he's been watching some stuff too, from what I heard.
Julio
Julio
Jones, I like
Jones.
him.
Oh, Brendan, you got some
Zeke!
options here, my
I
guy.
literally talked about this
Zeke!
earlier. If he felled me,
Zeke!
I'm gonna draft him. I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna draft him.
Oh.
I totally agree.
can't let him
I
fall
I
me.
totally agree. And then
Hey,
I'm
hey, Alec.
Yeah.
I'll give you $5, 6'3", take Pollard.
I'm gonna go Nick Chubb, first round pick. Also, where's Jake?
I don't know. I called him
We don't know what
3 times.
Jake's. We don't know what Jake wants, so just let it go down. We
We're
can talk
just-
about what we like so far.
Yeah. Any surprises? There's not really a lot of surprises to talk in the
Well,
first
Nick
round.
Chubb
Surprise.
is.
Nick Chubb. Oh, well, his ADP's been going up recently.
The thing with Chubb is
Ah.
he's gonna win. He's gonna win you the first 8 games. He has
Yeah,
that
I
potential.
agree.
That'll
I
give him in
agree.
the playoffs.
8 games. The week 9 is a bye. So
Yeah.
8
I mean,
games.
I would agree that he's
Week
gonna
7's their
win
bye.
Win you
I was
those
thinking
games.
10 is the.
I'm surprised that Zeke fell to me. That's all I'm gonna say. I didn't think. He was gonna
yeah, I'm a
fall
little
away to me.
surprised
Dude,
at that, too.
I wanted to, and so here's like the implication: like if you take Zeke, you have to reach, and you have to take Pollard before anybody else can get him, because
I agree.
that's the risk. If you take Zeke, then you have to cover your, your risk basically.
Yeah,
You have to
I'm
know
gonna-
that Zeke
you're
can-
I'm gonna
right.
get the auto.
You have to cover your risk. I agree, but at the same time, Zeke was he missed 6 games from his suspension, and he still finished at like he was like a top 10 RB.
RB 12.
Yeah, it was top 12 RB, and he missed 6 games out of the season. I do
Do you think
not
Jared
see that
takes
happening.
OBJ?
I do
OBJ
not
right here.
see him missing that many games. I just don't.
Oh, I
He
took
took Juju. Okay.
I thought I was gonna take OBJ.
You know, I
Jared.
think Zeke would have gone earlier if the second report didn't come out today.
Yeah.
Where,
Yeah.
where they were
I could
talking
see that.
about.
Personally, I think I'm gonna get a steal out of that with picking up Zeke that late.
So
But
who are we
that's-
giving
that's
Jake
just
here?
my
I feel like he
opinion.
would take Tyreek Hill. Just because he knows that name.
Over Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, he
I'm
knows.
just gonna let CPU auto pick. I can just. do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's gonna
agree.
take
Just let it-
Odell. I think.
That's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, just let it auto pick.
What, you wanted OBJ?
Yeah, I totally wanted OBJ.
I'm
You got Nick
sorry.
Chubb. You got Nick Chubb.
I
already.
have
Yeah.
Nick Chubb. Yeah,
You still
I
got
do.
Tyreek on the board.
I still have Tyreek on the board. I could take Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I'm gonna take Tyreek Hill. He's got risk.
That's
But I'm gonna
fine
take him.
because taking Zeke and the risk on that, I'm gonna go ahead and hit myself with a second running back. I'm gonna go ahead and take Dalvin Cook here.
Yep.
Ooh, not even
Ooh.
gonna go with your guy.
Didn't even want it the guy, bro. That would have been a value.
Dalvin
would've
Cook's
been
there.
what?
I'm gonna take Dalvin Cook.
5, 6, 7, 8. That would have been the 9th running back on the board, Todd Gurley.
Golly, dude, I would have taken Todd
did.
Gurley so fast.
I take Dalvin Cook believer.
Yeah, same. I'm on the Dalvin Cook train as I'm wearing my Vikings jersey
Yeah.
this week.
Turley, one more pick.
And then
No.
God Turley goes
Ooh.
next one.
I just got a text from Evan. So far, so good.
Yeah, he drafted one player.
Man,
He drafted
Evan
McCaffrey.
is the one guy who just he's
Evan's gonna
throwing me
screw me
off, dude.
today.
We haven't mocked with him. I don't know where he's at. I don't know which of my picks are safe and not safe.
I'm screwed today. I know it. Oh, Alex took Mike Evans, bro.
No,
Oh,
no, it's
Windsor took
Wendy.
Mike
Oh,
Evans.
Windsor.
Windsor, Devontae
Okay.
Adams.
Oh,
Mike
no!
Evans. Hey,
What?
it sounds like a fantasy team.
Hey,
It's a dynasty team.
oh, I don't know
my
who to
bad.
take for Brian here.
Just let the
This
CT.
one you just let it take it. Honestly, this one you
So we
just let
get-
it
he
He
go.
gets
might
Kelsey?
get T Kels. He
No, he
gets
definitely
T-Kels.
gets.
He gets the first person off the board.
No, it doesn't.
No, it's
I think
Joe.
it
Joe
randomizes
Mixon.
it.
Yeah, it randomizes
All right.
it.
He's not gonna be. He won't be
I'm gonna
mad
take-
about that.
I'll
You're gonna
take
take Kelsey. Uh
Gotta
oh.
take Kelsey.
Ooh, first tight end.
Mark, are you
Oh,
looking?
2-8? Give it to me.
Yeah, 2-8. That's a great spot for him. How is
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes' ADP so high right now?
That's just because, like,
But-
nincompoops draft.
Nincompoop.
They don't understand that you can
Punt
get...
the position.
Yep.
Don't do it to me,
You know what?
Tommy.
I really think Brady's gonna go Patty Mahomes round 2 right here. I feel it
Yeah.
You can feel it.
inside my body. I feel it that he's gonna go quarterback because I know how much
There's
he loves
still
quarterbacks.
no reason to draft Patrick Mahomes that
Don't
early.
do it to me, Tommy.
I have
Unless you
Tyreek
have
Hill, and I'm
T.
still not. I mean, there's no way I would get him, but I'm still not gonna draft him. Right
Dude,
there.
Chris, what do you want Tommy to take right now? What's ideal?
I don't want him to. You know what? I'm gonna hold off. I don't know if he's watching the stream.
Okay, yeah. I think I know.
That's true. I have no delay. There's no delay. You're seeing this absolutely live.
Carry
He
on
takes-
my way.
What?
Don't
Dude.
do me.
He
Chris
took
wanted 8.
carry on.
Oh,
Oh, look,
here we go.
wide receiver 20 goes off the board. Look at that.
I
I
need
fucking
Let's
wanted
see.
Chris.
Let's see.
One-
Oh,
one
shh,
player.
shh, everyone
I need
quiet.
one. I need
Chris,
one
no.
player.
Wait, quiet.
One player. Give me my player.
Oh, I know who it is. I know who it is.
Evan's on the board. No, shh. It's like golf. It's like Evan's on the board. A nice slow approach. He's analyzing.
Is he watching Cowboy game tape right now?
This is a huge value. I think if I get my guy here.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
He takes Mahomes?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
That's so surprising.
Keenan Allen without Melvin Gordon, wide receiver 1.
Oh, I'm surprised. Oh, and now I know who this pick is. Can I guess
Wait,
it for
is
you?
it T.Y. Hilton?
It's not.
That's what I was gonna go.
It's Leonard
This is-
Fournette.
This
No,
is
no.
this is my ideal
The Kittle,
first,
baby.
first 3. This
Kittle.
no, this is my ideal first 3 right here.
Leonard
that's
Fournette.
Exactly,
Leonard
that's exactly what I
Fournette.
wanted.
Leonard.
Why the P. Holmes pick so early? I just don't agree with it. I mean,
He's gonna get you a lot of points.
Dude, I have Kelsey.
He's
so I
gonna get
figured-
you a lot of points, but if you don't have the stack, I just don't.
well,
I personally just don't see it. I don't see any reason.
Oh,
that
oh,
hurts.
yep.
That's gonna hurt some people.
That hurt
'cause
me.
Look,
I know
You know
people
what-
down
you know-
the road wanted him.
you know what really hurts is saying that you agree with Mark.
No, dude.
I
Give 'em
saw
to
that
me, baby.
coming.
I thought you would. I know you've been talking the talk, okay, but I didn't
The
know if you'd
David's a
actually
running
do
backs.
it on the draft.
Yeah,
Mother.
Oh,
Damn it,
a
Murphy.
lot of running backs going off the board.
I'm so frustrated.
I know,
Windsor's
it's
got to pick up a
scaring
running
me.
back for sure. Mark's gonna have to pick up a running back for
Whoa,
sure.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, let's
I
look.
mean, he could.
ITWT. Oh sh. Okay.
Well, Tommy has 2 running backs already, so I'm not surprised he
We're
won't.
thinking Devontae Freeman.
He goes
Yeah.
Thielen.
Fine,
That's a
fine,
good. That's a
fine.
good wide receiver to take.
My
Just
pick pretty easy.
go ahead and I should just probably roll Brian's.
Oh yeah,
Hopefully, he doesn't pick another running
got-
back.
going into the
Well,
draft. This is the first.
I
three
mean,
wanted to
Damian
pick.
Williams should be on the board, right? Isn't that what should be up right now?
His
Is it?
ADP is 20.
Did I give him Damian Williams? I feel like I shouldn't.
Kelsey was.
Let it-
Kelsey
no,
was
just
the
let it
number
auto
1 pick
pick.
last
Let it
time,
auto
right?
pick. That's
let it
not.
auto
That's what we
that's-
did
you
last
can't
time.
Take it for him.
Yeah, he took George Kittle. That's fine. He'll be
I don't
happy
mind
with
that.
that.
George Kittle.
Well, I'm just saying like he wouldn't take Damian Williams.
No.
That's so if I wanted to not randomly.
All right.
Out.
Come on. Come on.
I
Okay.
knew that was coming.
Okay. Come
At
on.
Is Windsor
point,
is Windsor
okay.
drafting his dynasty team?
Yeah.
No, he traded away Mike
He's
Evans.
drafting Brennan's dynasty team.
Yeah,
Hello,
he's
guys. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one from Alec because
No!
we're gonna take 3
I
running backs
knew
to
it!
start. Josh Jacobs,
Mm.
baby.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
then
wait,
that means
wait, wait.
that means I'm stuck with Sony Michelle.
Dude, look at your jersey. Oh, Stephon Diggs.
Yeah,
You're
I
wearing
know.
Stephon Diggs.
I am
Fake
wearing
fan.
his jersey.
Oh my
Fake
god.
fan.
Hi Murphy.
I was
And
getting
yeah,
Sony in the
our
fifth, like,
mascot
2
Murph.
weeks ago.
Yeah,
but-
he moved up a lot.
You want to be on camera? Come here.
Striker.
All right, now all I'm gonna say is
So-
there's no way that. Oh, you got what?
Murph's drafted.
Tyler Lockett's down there, Alec. Where's your
We
mom?
do have
I know
Tyler Lockett.
Karen's watching,
Wait,
right?
Karen's watching, so
Karen's watching.
Oh,
Tyler.
yeah.
she'll be a fan of
Lock
whoever's.
it.
She'll be a fan of whoever's. Ah, Murph, look at the camera up here. Hey. Dave Murph,
Damien Williams.
my bud.
Murphy.
Mwah, my buddy.
Murphy.
Bro,
Murph's on the
Jared
stream.
are so good.
Wide receiver.
The fantasy
picks.
football Madmen
You
mascot
can
right
start
here.
4. You can start 4.
That's
So like he could take another one and
crazy.
it would still be. Like,
That's crazy.
Is that
Brady,
Mark's
you
dynasty
drafted
team?
3 running backs. Why are you?
That's true. That's
You're
true.
doing the
You drafted
same
3 running backs.
I'm just saying it's crazy, man.
Ooh. What a waste of a 4th round
That
pick.
is
Bombshell.
crazy.
What a waste of a 4th round pick.
hold on, no, I kind of actually like it though.
I don't.
If
I
he
do with
follows
his
it with
receivers.
Eckler or Jackson later on, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
no,
don't
no,
know
no,
about
no.
that,
He's not gonna
man.
be a Charger. You don't have to get the backups.
I don't think he'll
good.
get traded either. I think the Chargers are going to want too much. I think they won't trade him until the end of the year or for draft
Big
picks. at the draft.
gambles, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a pretty big gamble right there.
All right, can we auto pick Jake?
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
we
I
had
keep
auto pick
forgetting,
Jake.
sorry.
Can
Yes,
you
no.
not
Not
set it just to
hashtag not
automatically
Michael
do
Vick.
it?
No.
Ertz.
I don't think
Okay.
so.
Zach Ertz went off the board there.
All right.
That's a normal.
So he's not going to come back to me. You know what?
Not gonna come back.
This one's for Karen.
Oh my God, you're giving me the fucking.
No.
Hey,
Oh
hey, buy in, Mark. This year,
Dude,
here
say
it is.
Reach, yeah.
Tampa Bay
Reach.
Buccaneers.
Yeah.
And I left
God
it.
the
I left
God,
Chris
baby.
Godwin there.
Why are they going before? Oh.
Hey, Brady. how you
There are
feel,
people
bro?
that should
Bro,
not be. There are
I'm
too
Brady,
many players
I'm having
available.
an aneurysm here with you,
There-
buddy.
There are too many players still available.
Bro, I'm about to get it. You
Yeah,
already
I
know.
know. Give it. Oh, Alex.
Running back.
Oh, there you go.
That's
Thank
good.
you, Alex.
He's going to go Braden Cooks. Brandon Cooks right here. Or Robert Woods, one of the two.
You think it takes
What?
Mark Ingram?
I didn't see that coming at all.
Wow.
There's
Brian would
people
take
still-
Robert Woods here, in my opinion. Seeing his
he would take
mocks,
Woods or-
he would
yeah,
take
yeah.
Woods. He would take Woods
Okay,
over
so-
Cooks. Yeah,
What do
give
you
him
take
Woods.
Yeah, we did it. I
What
did
do
a
you
draft
know?
with him. I did a draft with him recently. He did take
Are you
Cooks, Woods over
like?
Cooks.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because
I'll give him
I
Woods.
did the same
Alright,
thing
I'll
I
take
did.
Cooks. I
Yeah.
wanted Woods, but I'll take Cooks.
We did have a draft where we took Cooks above, or Woods above Cooks. So we're all like halfway drafting Brian's team.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just
Dude,
for him
Brian's
to
gonna,
destroy
it's gonna
us.
be the best team he's ever drafted.
His team's
Probably.
actually pretty good. Like,
Yeah, his
honestly,
team's
like,
good.
Lev Bell, Joe Mixon,
Oh,
GK, and
What-
Robert
What
Woods.
round do we take Drew Brees? Hey, Brady, I told you he wasn't
Yeah.
getting to you,
I-
okay?
I know you. I know.
Hey, Brady, look at T.Y. Hilton's on the board for you there, buddy.
It's okay. I'll pass.
Yeah,
Okay,
his
hold on.
ADP's
I don't know why
5-1.
it's dropping so
That's
far.
so low.
I agree.
Dude,
You're not
His
gonna have.
numbers are so bad with Brissett.
Show me the wild card, bro. Show me the wild card.
God. I'm surprised. Hey, I guarantee you 5'4" Tommy drafts Josh Gordon. Guarantee. I'm calling it right now.
Calling a shot right
I'm
now.
calling it right now.
All right, Evan,
Josh
come
Gordon
on.
goes off the board to Tommy at 5'4".
Yeah, that's interesting, bro.
I think that Evan's like, what wide receiver do I want out of this bunch right here? It's called Brissett. It's called the Red Rifle.
He did.
Take it, take it.
Like the foot injury, and Josh Gordon.
And
You know,
Brady's in the same boat.
Oh, we took Ty.
I think this is a spot where you're
I
kind of
think
just.
I
It's
think
a weird
I would
spot.
have taken Ty right there at the back of the 4th. I like it.
I think the Tyler Boyd pick's a good pick for Brady.
I hate that this
This-
gives me updates every time someone's picked.
I'm so afraid of.
Bro, you know
I'm-
who to pick, Brady. Buy in to the new NFC South champions.
Oh my god.
But I agree. Buy in.
Buy in, Brady. Get
The
it while
Tampa
you
Bay
can.
Buccaneers are gonna do it.
I'm gonna do this.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh my God! Fuck you,
Damn.
Brady.
Hey, Chris.
It was between him and Derrick Henry. I couldn't.
Wow. Yeah, it's whatever. Our audience is mature audiences only.
Okay.
Don't want.
Everybody wanna
It's
roll
not
with
set
this.
for that,
It's
but
not. It's not
Well,
set.
Twitch can get over it. I'm not set for it.
Damn.
demonetized.
I take it. Sanders. He's back half of the season. I hope he does well. And if
Yeah,
something
I-
this
happens
this
to
show will
Fournette-
be on YouTube. The last one
If-
got corrupted, so
If
it's
something happens
messed
to
up,
Fournette, I
obviously.
think I'm in good shape.
Alec,
Ridley, I like it.
should
I like the Calvin Ridley.
Chris,
I think
buy
Calvin Ridley's
in.
too early. Too early, in my opinion.
Buy-in,
Really?
Chris.
You would rather have Josh Gordon over
I would
Calvin
rather
Ridley?
have
AJ
Robbie
Green?
Anderson, Alshon Jeffrey,
telling
T.Y.
you.
Hilton,
I would
DJ
not
Moore,
rather have
Russell
Alshon
Westbrook,
Jeffrey.
Mike
5-4
You
Williams,
could throw
than
Alshon Jeffrey in a
Calvin Ridley.
dumpster. I would not pick
5-4.
him.
Wow.
Undraftable, in my opinion.
Alex. Wow.
Who's undraftable?
Alshon
You
Jeffrey.
could throw Alshon Jeffrey in a dumpster.
I don't agree with that. I mean,
Can
I
we
don't
get a
like
list?
the
Can we
Eagles
get
any more than
Hey,
the
wait,
next
hold on.
Cowboys
Hey, I'll
fan,
take
but,
him.
like,
Hold on.
That's fine.
Let me pull up the doc. We need quotes for the season.
Quotes from the show.
You can. I got this.
Marlon Mack. Good
And how
pick.
does this
Here it
affect,
is, boys.
Marlon
5-4. He's taking it. Josh Gordon.
Josh
I'm
Gordon.
calling it right
Josh
now.
Dude, what's his
It is
ADP
going to
at?
be
When-
Josh Gordon.
When
It's
does
like
he-
right
It's
here.
56. What?
Hold on. Wait, when does he take Kareem Hunt as well? That's the other thing.
Whoa.
6'9".
We're not seeing that till like the 8.
10?
6'9".
10-9?
You
6'9".
better hope he does it.
9-4, 10-9?
Alex.
That's
Shut
what
up.
I'm guessing.
Maybe.
AJ Green.
That's actually, I
I'm
don't mind it
surprised by
because
that.
of who the receivers.
He's
has
got
right now.
receivers already. Are we playing 3 receivers or we got 2 receivers? 2 receivers. I
There's
see it
two
right here.
receivers, two
receivers.
I'm dumb.
flexes.
It's right here. It's in front of me.
With
Mark,
Thielen
Josh
and
Gordon, are you
Galladay,
feeling it apparently?
I like that.
Are you
Josh
feeling
Gordon
it now,
not.
Mr. Krabs?
I am
I'm
not
sure
feeling
is not feeling
I-
it either. Even if he falls to me, I do not want him. I'm sorry, I won't pick him.
I'm not picking him either.
I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, this is tough. I don't like.
Buy in, Mark.
Yeah,
I got
Ken?
excited. I got
hey,
excited
you
already.
know, Mark, you really need another
Dude, I
running
would
back
feel
there, buddy.
so disgusting, like grimy, if I took Derrick Henry.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but why
he's
would?
still gonna have value.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
still good. I think he's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
if you really feel that bad, then take
He had
James White.
29 targets last year.
I'm
That's
gonna
pretty
take
good.
James White.
Okay.
Yeah, if you felt that bad, take James White.
I'd take Tevin
Brian,
Coleman
take Josh
before
Gordon
that.
for us.
No,
That'd be
I'm
great.
actually,
No.
I'm actually pretty scared of. I'm more scared of Breida than I am of Michelle, as far
What?
as eliminating the other's role.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I'd take Tariq Cohen over James White.
I thought about it.
Really?
Absolutely.
I wouldn't
I
take-
do
100%.
not agree.
I would
with
take
that.
James White over Tariq
100.
Cohen right now.
I was.
Tariq Cohen
I,
over James White.
all right. Let me get a couple.
That's a
notes in real
reach,
quick.
in
No.
my opinion.
So I thought I really considered.
hey
taking
Brady,
Tariq
Brian
Cohen,
needs a pick.
but I'm buying.
How many times
I'm
we gotta
buying
say it?
so hard.
every time.
Commissioner.
The Derrick Henry. You know, I'm not against that. His team's actually looking okay. Like,
It's not bad. I don't hate it.
They're about to auto draft a quarterback here. Jake or Brian is.
Oh shoot.
It's fine. Give him a quarterback.
Yeah, but they're gonna get my quarterback. So
yeah, he wants Watson.
I'll make sure their
Love
teams
Deshaun
don't look
Watson.
John in the
ridiculous.
5th or 6th is not a stretch.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. That's not what we're
Deshaun
saying.
in the
But
He's
would
just
you
saying
take
it's gonna
him if
auto
you
it.
don't have like a Houston piece? Like
I think it depends on how you value QBs.
Would you take Patrick
your opinion.
Mahomes without Tyreek Hill?
No,
Or
I would.
Chip?
No, I wouldn't. If
I
I
mean, Kels?
You don't
No, I
have to
wouldn't.
have a stack.
no, I know, but I'm
Deshaun
saying-
Watson's the second best fantasy quarterback.
Just draft the Chicago Bears, Mark. What can go wrong?
You're right.
Who's Windsor taking here?
I
He's another one we haven't seen. a
I
lot
think he
from.
takes Mike.
Hold on,
Williams
give me a
here.
sec. Let me go check his dynasty team.
Well, he doesn't have Mike Evans or Aaron
The
Jones.
blueprint.
Your boy has those, so.
That's good. That's good. I like.
We
it.
definitely
Although
need to speed
Alex
this up,
does
Windsor.
Need another running back, and
No, I
he
don't.
Hey.
takes Duke. No, I said Alex needs
Ooh.
another running back.
Oh, there's Josh Gordon.
Alex needs
That's
to
an
take
okay
a running
value,
back.
I think.
Hey, week
Windsor, the new
Is he gonna take Duke
Tommy?
Johnson because of what the rankings is showing it? If he takes Duke Johnson over Philip Lindsay, I would be
Or Tariq Cohen.
or Tariq Cohen or Tevin Coleman or Austin Eckler. I would
He's
be
probably listening.
thoroughly.
I'm
disappointed.
sure he is. He was the one who followed us at the beginning.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
Alex,
I'm
Alex
sure
followed
he-
the
I
show.
don't see him taking Duke Johnson. I just don't.
I
He's gonna-
I think
I think he
OJ
takes
Howard's
one
a
of the
good
ones
spot
below.
there.
He could take Duke Johnson.
Carlos
In the 5th round?
Hyde.
Wild
Al-
card.
Alex,
I was about to say it.
Alex, if you're listening, swing and a miss.
Yeah, holy crap. You
Wild
swung out of your
card.
shoes.
Put that down. There, we all made fun of this pick, and if he
Wow.
goes,
Yeah,
off,
put that
we're-
put that on record that Alex chose
If-
Carlos Hyde in the
if
5th
he
If
round.
the
goes
Chargers are not
Wild
going
card.
to have Melvin Gordon this year, and Keenan Allen is the wide receiver one,
He's an
I'm
A
gonna
wide
take
receiver
his
one.
is going to
I
take
think
his
top
other
5.
play.
Ooh,
I'm going to take Mike Williams.
I like
okay.
it.
Okay.
I go top 5 for Keenan. I love getting Keenan right there.
Mike
especially
Will
with
would
all
probably
the-
be my highest receiver on the
We'll
board.
grab
right there.
Tevin Coleman.
That's solid pick.
No
Hey,
Jarek
okay.
McKinnon.
Yeah,
love it.
you know, if you take Tevin Coleman though, you might want to start looking at Matt Breida.
I am potentially.
I would definitely
Well-
start looking at that guy.
Hey, you better look at 6'3", Alec, because 6'8's coming up.
Okay.
No
shoot.
tight. Here's a big one. No.
Hey, auto
of
draft
the
commish.
tight ends. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
son
Oh my gosh, auto draft. How many times we gotta say it? There it is. Off
I
the
said
board,
every time.
Deshaun
I-
Watson.
Just let the record show. I said every time.
All right, Genuine. You have 0 running backs right now. Let's move into the running back role, please.
Okay.
Okay.
He probably needs to take another one too.
Okay, take Austin Eckler.
Oh, there we go. He
That's-
got it right. All right, auto draft there, commish.
I don't think
Oh,
that's
draft
actually that
Duke.
bad, to be quite
No,
honest. with
Duke
you.
No,
Johnson.
it's really not because he got
Okay.
both. I'm not
Sleeper
against that at all.
receiver.
Dude, Jared's
D.D.
team
Westbrook.
is good.
Ooh.
I honestly
Every
really
year.
hate you, Alec, because I was really hoping you were going to
I know
take
how
OJ
much you
Howard
love
there.
No. I think one of the top
But
3
the thing
tight
is,
ends
you
will
know
back
what?
off.
I'm not taking OJ Howard here
You have
because
Chris
I have
Godwin.
Chris Godwin.
Yeah, there's no
The
need.
So I'm not gonna
Rod
take him.
God.
Bro, is Brady really about to get OJ Howard?
Alex said, just you wait. This is the pick that'll blow up.
That's what we said. We marked it, Alex. We marked
I
it.
really
We
wanna
wrote that
pick
one down.
Another receiver here, just because I have the 3 running backs,
do it.
and I think and I'm not gonna take Tariq Cohen because he's on my list. I'm looking at him, and I would love to take Tariq Cohen here, but I
Just
think
do
I'm
it.
gonna go ahead and take I'm gonna go ahead and take Jarvis Landry.
Give me the juice.
Give me the juice.
That's still Baker touchdown maker. I was still thinking about what Kyle said.
There,
but
see? What?
There's the OJ
Okay,
Howard.
we said Alex could draft OJ Howard there, and he still got him on the backswing.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, who he picked.
You know,
at
though
5'8",
he picked at
he would've
5.
also got it
He could have picked
at
Mike
5.
Williams, Tevin Coleman, Philip Lindsay, any of those guys. He
Yeah.
picked the
Wait,
Houston
wait.
running back.
Hey, by the
What's your
way,
dynasty team? Evan Ingram.
Brady, by the way, don't let the computer draft Lamar Miller for any of these guys because his ADP is coming up soon.
Yeah.
For some
Oh.
reason, he's still being drafted in the 7th round.
I can reset
Yeah.
a pick. I can reset a pick.
Yeah, no, I'm
I'll
just letting you
pause
know.
it.
Windsor, I like the DJ Moore pick.
Okay. Is there anybody I should pick for Brian? He'll probably get Aaron Rodgers here.
Maybe Evan
think that's okay.
Ingram. Oh, here he
Yes,
has a
it's
tight
cool.
end. Yeah, you should just let it
Alshon
roll as long as
Jeffrey.
it's not.
Here,
That or
Mar-
Tariq.
I don't think he takes.
No, I think he needs a receiver.
I think
He
needs
does
a
need a
receiver.
receiver.
I think you just give him Alshon, someone
Alshon?
who's healthy.
Give him Robbie
First on the
Anderson.
board.
Yeah, give him
I'm
Robbie
not-
Anderson, Brady.
I really don't want to.
We know.
We'll go with the number 1 receiver on the board right now.
I think you should go with the number 1 receiver on the
That's
board.
smart. Okay, that's
It's
fair.
smart.
That's
It's a
fair.
fair
That's
play.
fair. Give him the number 1 receiver on the board that's not injured. Even though there isn't one injured, I'm just saying.
Any last words, Brady?
Ah,
I swear to God, dude. I'm gonna be
yikers.
so mad.
Any last words?
Pick him.
Any
Pick him. Do it.
All right. You know, I gotta twist my arm. I'll do it.
There's okay. This is the spot where I like to see because there are so many good wide receivers on the board still right now.
Mhm.
Oh,
That
boy.
like
Hunter
you're just
Henry
gonna see
before
so
Evan Ingram?
many coming on.
Oh,
Hunter
before
Henry
Chris can.
before Evan Ingram.
No,
Guys.
you know what? You know what? I wouldn't have taken it anyways. Look, I don't know what Evan picks, and I can't risk my guy going. I
Shrimp
can't.
fried
I
guys.
can't. I can't risk him
Fried
going.
guys, boys.
Every
Oh,
time Chris
gosh.
picks Darius Geis in the 6th round. Without fail. Every time.
God,
I
I really
can't-
gotta
I
scroll
can't
way
let him
down
get
in my
past.
rankings to block him out.
I don't know. I don't know where Evan's head is. I don't know what he would choose. I just can't. I can't.
Murphy likes to make an appearance on the show.
You know someone who I'm excited about, Mark, this year that I think
Is
is
it
coming
Robbie
back.
Anderson?
Yeah,
Nope.
me. I
Emmanuel
was excited.
Sanders, guys. I think he's looking pretty good.
Coming off
He's
that
healthy.
injury, yeah.
Coming off the,
for sure.
the injury.
Oh my god.
I won round 5. Ooh, I was gonna take him if he fell.
You were gonna
Lots
go
of
with
quarterbacks
Tariq.
on the board here,
Yeah.
Brady. Lots of quarterbacks left.
Lots of quarterbacks.
You dancing though? You might be dancing.
I
Yo,
don't
Baker,
know,
Baker,
man.
touchdown
You
maker.
could dance.
Making his
you
way
could
around.
dance.
Who has OBJ? Oh,
Mark.
the Deshaun Watson has
Marked
OBJ.
with a C.
Deshaun
Best
Watson.
team name in the league. Mark with a C.
Best receiver. I'll just take the best receiver available, in my opinion, right now.
Yeah, do it.
Ooh.
Marvin
Ballsy.
Jones.
I like it.
But dude, you got
Ooh.
you still
Week-
have Allen
week one-
Robinson,
Week 1 they play
Emmanuel
the
Sanders,
Cardinals.
Curtis Samuel, Christian Kirk.
Week 1 they play
The
Cardinals.
Lizard King is still on the board.
I know, and I think I need another receiver. Let me look. Let me give up tight ends a peek.
Is Evan Ingram
Yeah.
still on the board?
Yes, I
in
also
the
have
7th round.
I have a sequel in Barkley.
I don't think it matters.
Alex says I'm gonna get the handcuff and Lar Miller next pick. Alex is throwing.
Hey, Mark, I got a trade for you.
I'll accept it, to be honest.
Allen Robinson for Robbie Anderson. Would you actually? I'll do it.
Yeah, I probably will.
I can swap the picks right now.
No,
Just
We'll make
swap the
an actual
picks.
trade.
No, just
No.
swap the picks.
no.
Don't
I'm
be a.
finishing. I'm finishing this draft.
Oh
process.
my god.
Maybe I'll change my mind.
So now you're
Just do
an
it
Indian
after the
giver?
draft.
Loser.
Do it
Somebody-
after the draft.
Somebody get a randomizer pulled up, and we'll just do like 2 names. We'll randomize for like Jake and Brian, so they don't pick like Lamar Miller or like
Brian's
extra
about
quarterbacks.
Brian's about to get a quarterback. Give him Carson Wentz.
Isn't Aaron Rodgers available?
Give him Aaron Rodgers or Baker Mayfield. He doesn't like Baker, so give him Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah, no, I think we should give
Oh,
him Baker.
Drew
Baker
Brees.
touchdown.
Drew
Should I
Brees on the
should
board.
I get
Just
him
give Brian Drew Brees.
Yeah, no,
Just
give him
him
Drew Brees. That's who he take.
That's
No,
who his
he wouldn't.
favorite.
He would
quarterback
not
would be.
take Drew Brees. I don't think.
That's because we
Well,
make fun of
really
him for
Scaring
it.
me.
Evan, come on, my guy.
Should you think we're going slow now? Just wait till the later rounds and
Yeah,
Evan,
we're
you're
the
scaring
only,
me,
we're the
bro.
only
I know.
That's
guys,
gonna be
for real.
insane.
Like we got 16 rounds to go, then we're at 7, and we're taking to 15 seconds.
we're not
left
even
to make a
halfway
pick.
done.
no.
Like, good
Is that
Lord.
auto drafting? Come on.
There's
No,
si-
he's-
we're doing 16 rounds. Holy
He's-
shoot!
he's-
Don't.
Yeah, we got
That's standard.
16 rounds.
Didn't realize it
Standard.
was.
No.
Evan's taking Kenyon Drake.
Let's up. Thank you.
That's a really good value in the 7th round.
That's probably the biggest value we've had.
This is why
Yeah.
we should have done 60
Either that or
seconds
Carlos
per pick.
Hyde.
Brady. 60 seconds per pick. Brady.
I think we're okay, bro.
Oh, who does Tommy take here? What does he need? Another running back look? Looks like potentially. Latmer's on the board.
He could do another receiver just to fill the AJ Green
Actually,
role too.
Yeah.
Will
what he
Fuller
does.
until he gets injured. He'll just swap injured players once AJ Green comes back.
Stop. I'm making fun of his dynasty team, okay?
Hey, Will Fuller's on mine. Okay.
Who does he take here? What is his running backs? Carry on and Kamara?
That's
Take Latmer, bro. Get the backup. He's got Kamara, yeah.
definitely should be taking Latmer right here.
Take
Shouldn't,
Latmer
shouldn't
here.
take him a minute to pick Latmer.
You would think.
Should we just help him? Should we type it out? I'll start with L, then somebody else
Yeah,
go
yeah,
with A.
yeah.
Okay.
Go. I got A.
I got
I
T.
got-
I didn't capitalize it. I missed it.
I got the M.
I got
Tell
you.
you.
I got the R.
Oh, Chris has got the U.
Oh!
Oh, Latimer, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying if I want a meme, Brent. It's not a meme. He's your fucking backup. We're all saying take him. Thank you. Jesus Christ, that took forever.
Latimer.
I was
He's gonna
gonna say
take Pollard. I
Oh,
mean,
Ooh, whoever has Zeke. Yikes.
Big
I mean,
boys.
this is the way
honestly
that I look at it.
considered
If it
taking
wants
Pollard
to go,
right now.
if they want to take him, take him. But whenever it comes out that Zeke gets signed and you just wasted it for that pick, I mean, I think
What?
there's other people on the board rather than risking for the Pollard pick.
Don't
That's
be
the way that I
surprised
look
by
at it.
such
Write
a
that
good
one down.
pick.
Write that one down.
No.
Write that one
I
down.
don't hate it. I actually kind of like it.
This is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like,
think
there's
it's a
no
reach.
reason for anyone to
How is that a
draft
reach?
I think it's a
Tony
reach.
Pollard.
Okay, let's look. Lamar Miller, Darwin Thompson, Tony Pollard, Matt Breida.
Based off his
Darrell
ADP,
Henderson,
ADP means
Rashad Penny,
nothing.
The
LaShawn McCoy.
people I had in my ranking.
Devin
Hey,
Singletary.
Kamish.
Very. Oh God damn it. Oh
Gets
wait,
a
we have to.
quarterback. Give him a quarterback.
Should I give him Aaron?
Yeah, you
Yes,
give him Aaron
just give him
Rodgers.
Aaron.
The people I had above Devin Singletary that were still available were just Rashad Penny and Matt Breida. That's it. So I think that's a fine pick. No, not a reach to me.
I don't think I.
Same.
I think I have
I
Penny.
agree.
Well, Penny has more upside. Like, should Carson go down? I think Singletary is going to be in a more secure role.
Correct.
I don't
That's
think
what
I
The reason why I say
considering
it could definitely be a really good pick, but the reason why I say it's a reach right now is because one, it's just based off his ADP, and there's been no news that he's like the guy. Like they're gonna
No,
use
they're-
running back by committee. So
yeah. But
I mean-
everybody available is running back by committee now, and he looked really good.
for the most
In
part, yeah.
Mark's team composition,
Yeah, thank
he
you, Chris.
needs another running back, and so you have to kind of take a shot at the best guy who has the potential to be the guy.
And most consistent of the three
I
that we
think
highlighted as well.
if I don't,
Take Pollard. You're an idiot.
if Pollard's available, I'm getting Pollard 100%. But I think Windsor might take him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by
Well, that he's on his dynasty team.
He is. Yeah,
Yeah. He is on his
Pollard
dynasty.
is on his dynasty team. He stole him from me
I
in the
think
rookie draft.
If Windsor takes Pollard here, I know who I'm gonna take for my next couple picks. It won't be. I don't think I'm gonna be that upset about. what the
Windsor's
news
not
that
going
just
to take
came
him here
out.
because he's going to auto draft Baker. Oh,
Damn.
Dancing,
he's just
dancing.
taking. He's just taking the whole time.
Dang, the Vance
Windsor's.
pick.
This is the guy you should be afraid of for taking
Yeah.
Pollard.
No.
No, I don't think he.
That's fine because he takes
Well, he
Pollard.
could-
I'll just take Daryl Henderson and I'll be like, yo, you want to trade?
And he'll say no.
Okay, and then I'll just draft Malcolm Brown too. And then when Todd Gurley's knee goes out,
Okay.
I'm here.
After his
Hey,
hot
Brent-
take of
Hey,
running
I
back
just saying,
5.
after my hot take, you never know, all right? We're talking about two
What was
different.
your hot take?
What was your hot take?
Book what? You said book it. It's.
Book it, yeah.
I mean, it's engraved in stone.
Bro, he didn't even take his hot take.
He took
He
King
literally just
Joffrey?
drafted Goff.
Yeah, if you didn't take him, Brennan, I was going to take him.
Why would I not take him there?
I'm
I'm surprised
Darius
he even made it.
Bro,
Good
I'm
question.
tilted. I was going to
Why?
take Jared Goff in the 10th round.
Yeah, I literally did a face palm when he picked Jared Goff right there. All right.
The only reason I'm taking Jared Goff as
Who
my
do I got? Who do I
flex
got
is
on my
have
team?
Cooks. But even then, I'm not
Okay.
taking him till the 10th round. Jesus.
Tevin Coleman, look at Matt Breida.
I could.
Oh.
We need to give
could.
Jake a
God,
wide
we gotta
receiver.
stop helping each other out.
We're
Like,
opponents
why
in
would you
this.
not look at Matt Breida?
Brennan.
You already know.
Baker,
No,
touchdown,
I
Nah.
Baker.
didn't know.
Baker.
Because
Mayfield.
you know he's gonna fall away around.
No, he's not.
around.
Have him below Matt Ryan. So.
Because he's
Matty Ice.
tough at
Should I give
quarterback.
him Will Fuller? Anybody opposed? Will Fuller. That's a
No.
good pick.
He needs a receiver. So
He's gonna
Duke
be
Johnson
sh-
and Will Fuller.
He's gonna be.
No, it's
Mammy
fine.
Sandy then? Mammy Sandy?
No, Will Fuller. He's got Deshaun Watson.
Oh,
yeah, he's got a
also
shot in the
true.
stack.
The double stick.
Give him Manny Sandy as well, though.
Yeah,
If
maybe
Jared
I'm
doesn't
missing.
take it.
Yeah, if Jared doesn't take him.
I'll make sure I don't give him Curtis Samuel.
Actually. Give him Sterling Shepard.
I don't think you should do that.
I actually have Sterling
Doesn't
Shepard
Jake?
above Emmanuel
Doesn't
Sanders.
Jake hate the Houston Texans?
Not
No, he
today,
hates the
doesn't.
Oh
Eagles.
boy, I hope he does.
He's drafted to you.
Oh boy.
Well,
hope he
I mean,
does.
show up to the draft and then you can pick your team.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it says when I force a pick. Oh, that's
Mhm.
awkward.
I mean, it's okay. They're not here, so.
Jared's not here.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he is.
no, he's not.
No,
It
his-
says
His, no,
he's not
his,
here.
is, his has been doing that the whole time, though. It was weird.
well, he's like.
Oh, really?
He's
For me,
working.
it's-
He's at work.
No,
No,
he's
he
not.
got off of work.
Oh, he
Yeah,
got
no.
off. So
Mhm.
where is he?
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
telling you, he's probably driving.
He probably hopping.
Yeah, he was
he's
saying it was
probably
kind of messing up a little bit.
Let's see who I want to take
should I
at the
pause it?
8-3 spot.
Nope.
No,
And also, I don't think we should force picks anymore. I think everyone's team's rounded out enough.
but I didn't want to wait the
Well,
whole.
somebody.
I'm not waiting a
Somebody's gonna
minute and a
draft
half for it
Lamar
to make
Miller.
a
But you
freaking
should.
decision.
Well, but I'm saying we can auto draft Jake and Brian.
Time's up. Matt Ryan. Okay. Genuine?
We're just gonna have to wait it out. That's why we do 60 seconds a pick.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know
Talk-
why we did a minute 30 for this.
Talking
Ugh.
to you, Alec, for our next draft.
Yeah,
I think I have
for
it set at 2
real.
minutes actually. Thanks. I think that one will go faster though.
He's back.
I mean, Matt Ryan's not a bad quarterback, so
Yeah.
Oh.
Honestly, I don't have too much sympathy for Brian. I do, but for Jake, I don't know. I think Lamar Miller's just going to be sucks.
Oh,
There's no way.
dude. No.
There's no way to avoid it for the whole rest of the draft.
Who do I give him? I can just give him like the best receiver. He needs a receiver anyway. I
Look,
just give
if
him
Give him
we're
Emmanuel
gonna-
Emmanuel
we just
Sanders.
talked about this. Give him Emmanuel
that's what I'm saying.
Sanders.
If we're gonna do CPU auto draft, then you just take the next guy under Lamar Miller.
Yeah.
For the
Well,
rest
then-
of the draft.
then
You
that's
don't
what
you
we
don't
should
you don't
do.
go and pick, you just pick the next guy under Lamar Miller. Whether
That's
it be
what
a
we should do.
quarterback, whether it be a tight end, whether it be a wide receiver, no matter what it is, it's just the next guy under Lamar Miller.
I think we've drafted their teams well enough in their absence already.
Someone's also going to get Andrew Luck. So
A little too well.
Yeah, we've drafted their teams better than Alex has drafted.
Yikes!
Arguably, no, Tommy's done fine. Evan,
I like Tommy's team actually.
couple picks. Well, Tommy's like, look, he's got no flex again.
Yeah, he has
'Cause
zero
AJ Green's
flex
not
players.
playing, and Latmer, I guess maybe, but
He could do better.
exactly.
Is Breida gone?
Breida just went.
To Alec.
Yeah.
You really took Baker before Breida?
Yep.
I don't think anyone would have taken Baker.
Well, Jared would have auto picked Baker. Rashad Penny. Okay.
Do I just give Brian Jared Cook then?
Yep. He would probably take him, even though he's got
Well,
a
he's
tight
got
end.
Kittle.
He loves Jared Cook. New Orleans, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever.
Oh. That's just
But Brian has 2 tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
Lizard King.
The Lizard King.
I
I
think
got
it's a
Kelsey,
double
but I
tight
don't
end
care.
pick.
It's fine. I mean, it sucks
I
that he's
mean,
not here, but
why would? I mean, I know you don't care, but like, why would you pick 2 tight ends?
Because you're auto drafted.
you're auto drafted.
And you're not auto drafted, Mark.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you said.
Oh, I thought you meant like you didn't care. Like, never mind.
We're just not forcing picks anymore. We're not picking
Yeah.
players for somebody. I love it. Even though they said Cooper should be available week 1.
Yeah, but Gallup is still gonna.
I
I
think,
think,
that's,
yeah, I think,
I think it's a
agree.
good
Gallup
pick.
will do something for sure.
I think I can take my chance here.
Is that your flyer pick there, Brady?
They both kind of are.
Ooh, going for the vet. Remember when Larry Fitzgerald was like a top end second round pick?
Yeah.
Those were the days. Oh look,
There's
Tommy
Kareem Hunt,
picked
there he
Kareem
goes.
Hunt.
That's what I
Oh
said.
my
Oh,
God.
Yeah, Brady
this
did say
is
that
Actually
before.
did it.
He
did
called
say
it.
that before. He did say that.
Oh
Oh,
my
Mark got the Lizard
God.
King. Oh, I didn't see that.
You know I got.
That.
Kareem Hunt.
Which also so this also means Brian's getting Carson Wentz if Mark doesn't pick him right here.
Yeah, I'll clue you in on something. I'm not taking Carson Wentz.
Okay, so in my opinion, I think we force pick Drew Brees since he's.
He already has Aaron
I
Rodgers.
understand that, but he's on auto draft. We're
Why
not
do I
forcing
give him
picks
a
anymore.
receiver? Why can't, he would
So then
draft
we
a
are, so then we're
receiver.
forcing picks again for people.
I'm just saying, like he would.
He wouldn't take no, but he wouldn't have taken Jared Cook
Give him
anyways.
MVS.
Yeah, give him MVS.
Ugh, I hate this.
But you hate these these are deep into the rounds.
No, I hate.
So he doesn't like the auto draft.
Yeah.
Brian's
So
is
it's
understandable.
annoying.
Brian's
Well,
makes sense.
He can
Jake's no.
still do it on his phone. How can he not do it on his
I don't
phone?
know- I
Oh,
don't know
because he doesn't
what
have an
he's doing.
iPhone. He
He-
has an Android.
he
He
won't-
also
Probably
might
why.
be driving.
Well,
I mean,
What
I
car?
can draft when I drive. You only have to
He
look at it
hasn't-
for like half a second to make your pick.
I've tried to like contact him. Like, hey, like if you're on the phone with me while we're drafting, I can pick your player. But he hasn't called me back.
Windsor.
Picking the first defense off the board. Surprise.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and
surprise.
take myself a tight end here.
Alex.
See, I don't have one either,
It's
but
too early.
I'm not feeling anybody else down there, honestly.
you know what? I might take a defense too.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
I might. Just
Uh,
looking at the guys that are
All right.
available,
All right, go ahead.
I
Dude, this
might.
is the part where you just like scroll down and find somebody and throw a pick.
Mhm. You know what?
You take the number one receiver in
Not a bad pick. I like him.
New
In the
York.
9th round?
Yeah.
I'll take him.
You were about to say the number one wide receiver in New York.
I did.
Mark.
I said it, New York.
Oh, I didn't hear you say New York.
Yeah.
Oh, who are we getting for Jake? Darwin Thompson?
Looks like Carson Wentz to me.
No, I
They
don't
should
always
give
agree with
Darwin-
Mark on things, but I totally agree with Mark here. Like his is
Carson Wentz?
unexcusable. I get Brian's, but like
Yeah.
like Jared's fucking
But they get Drew Brees too.
Jake.
I'm not going to give him 3 quarterbacks.
And Drew Brees being one of them.
Okay, so if I actually hit auto draft, it wouldn't draft him 3 quarterbacks.
It would
right?
draft
Well,
Lamar
it
Miller.
would draft him Lamar Miller. So
But-
would you
yeah,
rather him get that?
No, but like Lamar Miller shouldn't be an option. That's the only reason that we have to do this is because Lamar Miller is still available to pick.
I have no
Same with
sympathy.
Andrew Luck.
I have no sympathy for him.
I mean, I kind of agree.
I don't- I don't either.
He signed up for the draft, like, and you don't want to show up. Like we said, Brian's is excusable. Something happened.
He gets Lamar
Jake's
Miller.
just not
He
here and didn't
gets
let
Andrew
anybody
Luck.
know.
It's
Like,
his fault.
I agree.
It's not like he can't recover from it. You don't win your.
Yeah, you
league
don't
on
you don't always
draft.
win your
That's true.
His
league on draft
foundation,
day.
albeit,
But we do need to
awful.
speed this up.
but it's his fault. Yeah, that's how
Well,
I
the
feel.
speeding it up part isn't the 2 auto draft
No.
people that's slowing it down.
No, exactly. But yeah, in Jake's case, I am actually
I know.
somewhat frustrated that.
Yeah. Yeah, we could have filled that with somebody that would have been here.
And he wanted to play Dynasty.
Speaking of which, the Funhouse League draft board is open.
Okay.
Do we have to get into it right now? Damn,
You
we
don't,
picked
you don't
Darrell
have to.
Henderson.
I mean, it doesn't
Then
start for
start for
another.
half hour.
I'm not hoping.
Yeah, another 30
Try it.
minutes. I just have it in there.
Jared's not careful. He's going to also auto Lamar Miller.
There you go. He picks Lamar Jackson.
Quarterback.
I'm just letting CPU auto pick. I hit CPU auto pick.
That's
Smart.
fine.
That's fine.
That's yeah. I have
If he
no-
gets Lamar Miller, he gets Lamar Miller.
Yeah.
I don't think we do that with Brian. I think Brian's excused
Also, the CPU auto pick might not pick it because
based off their team. Oh shit, it's my turn.
no, not just their team, but because CPU knows they're out.
No, because it would be like if the bot was there. Bots would pick Lamar Miller.
So Brady, I would like your insight here. Do I pick Cortland Sutton or Dante
Just say-
Moncrief?
Just say no, Brady.
There are a lot of people available who I'd pick before both of those, so I wouldn't take either.
Brady would
Yeah,
go for
like
Corey
Lamar
Davis.
Miller.
Like Corey Davis.
Hmm.
Or the number one receiver in New York.
Well, since he's out for 4 games,
Well, you're not gonna start him until he
I'm
potentially
not going to start
outproduces-
Moncrief or Sutton, but they'll play 16 games hopefully.
So we've
Yeah, but-
talked about speeding this up, and Alec is here taking
Mhm.
the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah, for real. Like, can you make a pick sometime this century?
Nice pick.
I was about to take. I almost should have taken him in the last.
I wanted to take him, but I took 2 running backs. I already had a receiver. Just
Okay.
Chris.
Thank you for that one.
yeah, that was pretty loud.
But,
For that, you get Lamar Miller.
oh no, Alex.
The undraftable Corey Davis goes off the board.
Hey,
Draft.
somebody's got to draft these guys, so I'm thankful.
So I mean, someone's got to draft Andrew Luck.
Yeah, Jake.
He gets stuck with Lamar Miller and Andrew Luck. Okay.
I'm not even looking at quarterbacks yet.
Really?
Still.
I am, as I scroll past them to the rest of
Mhm.
the players.
Go ahead.
It's like scroll past.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I think I
Pick
know.
your quarterbacks all you want.
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Get down.
That's what I was thinking, dude.
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Get down.
That's what.
Yeah,
I
I'm
literally
taking
was thinking that.
Jacoby. Damn boys.
You guys okay?
Jacoby
with
Brisket?
just Deshaun Jackson for Brian, or
Yep, sure.
gotta find him?
I mean, his first 5, 6 picks aren't bad. 7, really. Like, not bad picks at all.
Tyrell Williams.
Love getting every notification on my phone that
Yeah,
somebody was
right.
picked.
Yeah, this is getting obnoxious.
It's very obnoxious.
Just wait till we do it again.
Yeah, right.
My other draft board up now.
Can't believe I'm even doing another league outside of this.
Oh, there it is.
There's so many leagues.
I told you, man. I don't mind taking him. I don't mind sitting on him for 3-4 weeks, however many weeks it is.
I'll tell you what, if he came back to me at 11, I would have taken him.
Yeah, I'm sure. But it
But
came back
that's
to you at
about-
12, 13, 14, 15, or 16 as well.
Yeah, but I gotta wait till after 10. There's no way.
Top 5 quarterback at
It's
10, 12.
interesting.
Cam.
Booty scooting Cam Newton.
What are you looking at for tight ends there, Brady? Looking at TJ?
Punt. Big punt.
Yeah, the draft with Karen is in the funhouse.
Jalen Balaj gone.
Yes, sir. I forgot that
Ah.
Justin Jackson was on the board. To be quite honest with you.
I think I want.
I think you almost take Kenyon Drake,
Yes.
and then I think Evan should have taken Drake and then straight into Balaj right there. Jalen Samuels.
Mm-hmm.
Pick.
I think I gotta go with my guy.
Holy fuck, we still have.
Kiki.
Yeah, no, we're only in round 11. When you start reaching for those picks, boys.
Hey, you just take a risk on who you think is gonna be
Yeah.
it.
You just find somebody and you're like, give it a try.
Where's Dalvin Cook?
I have Dalvin Cook.
You're the one I'm looking
Oh,
at. too.
I was like, didn't John Brown get cut? I was thinking of Jerron
Nah,
Brown.
I was hoping he would make it back to me, Brady, but I was going to take the Justin Jackson pick over him.
Yeah.
Didn't think he would make it back to me, but
Over who?
over Alexander.
Madison.
Was it
I
Madison?
think
Yeah.
you go Peterson for Brian.
Adrian?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you go AP.
Mhm. Interesting pick.
You know, much as
Jamison
I wasn't
Crowder
looking
on
at it,
Windsor's.
much as I
Dynasty
wasn't
team.
looking at it, I think I was just take Drew Brees.
It's
Just-
so funny how close to his dynasty team he drafted.
I mean, I'm laughing, but I definitely just drafted 2 players on my dynasty team.
Do I have anybody from my dynasty team? The answer
Geis.
is Geis.
Who else do you have on your
Guys.
dynasty team, Mark? Besides Sammy. Wait, no. Who do you have on your team, Mark? Sammy Walker?
Tyrell, John Brown,
Oh no.
Geis and Kiki.
and then I also have Hopkins.
I have nobody.
Baltimore Ravens.
Do I even have to pick a defense?
Yo, you can get Devin Funches there, Alec.
I could, but he's not really worth anything.
Ooh, Mark Andrews went.
Damn.
No, that's what I wanted. I was like, he'll make it back to me for sure.
It's tough, dude.
You don't have a tight end yet either, Alec?
I don't.
Don't.
Brendan, we mean either. You have Hooper.
I meant as in terms of him and Brady, both don't have one.
That was punting the
I
position.
know I have a fucking tight end. I drafted.
You did do that. So Chris, are you drafting Kyler Murray this round or the next one?
I don't know yet. I still have a couple guys that I want if they get back to me.
Debo.
Dang it, you took Debo.
One guy in particular I really want to get back to me.
We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, let's take that.
Seriously.
What?
Nothing. It's fine.
You took Debo, bro. He was there on the board for you.
Yeah.
He could, but he could have made it back to me as well.
Oh, I was taking that actually
Oh,
There's
okay.
no way he was gonna make it all the way.
because I have James White. That's the only reason I was going to take that.
Hey, does anybody know, is N'Keal Harry on the season-ending IR or the?
No, I think
No.
he's out for
No,
9 weeks.
But he's just
yeah.
doubtful. He's doubtful.
No, he got
he's
put on
on
the
the
IR.
IR.
He is,
Yeah.
it's
Put him on the
not
IR.
season ending. It's not season ending.
Not season ending IR. I think he misses the first 6-8 weeks.
And
I have
AJ
no
Green.
clue what you take with Bryant.
Oh,
AJ Green
I
did
thought
not
you-
make the IR.
Y'all are talking about N'Keal Harry. I was thinking about DK.
I don't know what you take from
No,
Bryant.
DK should be good to go week 1.
Oh yeah, who did I take for Brian? Dion Lewis.
Or
Anthony
Does he
Miller?
have Henry? He has Henry.
yeah, Dion Lewis for
Deion
if
Lewis.
he has Henry.
If he has Henry.
I'm fine with that.
I think that's a pretty solid
Mhm.
backup.
I gotta go find a new pick now.
Yeah.
Gotta go find it.
I did it, and I wanted him.
He was one of the guys.
What's wrong with Anthony Miller?
He was one of the guys that I was
He's
waiting
hurt,
for.
but
Is it his ankle?
no, it's something. He didn't play most of the preseason, but he's been practicing. I don't know. No, he's really hurt.
Like I don't know the situation, Brady. Take that. Literally just trying to stack PPR value right now. That's my plan.
That's pretty much everyone's late round plan.
Alex didn't get any of the backups for Todd Gurley.
Nope.
His other running back is Carlos Hyde. And
Is anyone
Jordan
else
Howard.
surprised that Evan just took the Cowboys defense right there?
Not in the slightest.
No, didn't think so. I like that pick, Brady. That's a guy I was looking at as well.
Yeah, it was getting too late.
Hey, all right.
Yeah,
I already
I'm,
know Brian's. I know
I'm
Brian's
pushing
next
it.
pick.
It was
Ty Montgomery.
Randall Cobb. That's some insider trading right there.
Yeah,
Evan taking Randall
For
Cobb.
sure.
I think I bet I.
All
What
right,
does he
Mark.
do?
Here,
He's
here
like
it
a
is, just
film
for you,
guy
baby.
for.
He does their
Does their
video
film?
for the receivers.
I wasn't sure, Chris.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the practice stuff.
I believe in Arizona.
Got
Yes, you do.
the Kyler David Johnson stack.
I also have Larry.
Oh yeah, that's a good. That's a
I got
late round
Christian
stack
Kirk.
to have.
I got Christian Kirk.
All right, so real quick, one of the beat reporters for Houston Said Bill O'Brien's comments on Laramie Tunsil, smart, tough, and dependable.
Yeah.
Mike Clay quotes and says NFL presser or Dodge Ram commercial.
I was thinking the same thing. It sounds like a car commercial.
I saw that.
I wouldn't say Dodge Ram. I'd be more like Ford F-150, but
Yeah.
that's just me.
I think that's actually Dodge Ram's
Big swing
slogan.
line.
I'm sure it is, but I'm a Ford guy.
Oh.
First on race day, baby.
What's up, Brady?
That's a
Mark,
big
you
swing.
got enough wide receivers there, bro?
No.
I think me and you took the opposite approaches here.
Did we?
Minnesota Vikings defense.
They're projected a top 5 defense.
Oh yeah, Brady, you gotta give Brian a pick.
Oh my god.
Jeez,
I
I don't know
forgot-
how
I
you
forgot
can
about that
possibly
time.
forget any more than we've already told you.
How many times have you done it now? Let's see, 12? 24 times?
As you have time on coming, God, I gotta scroll for this shit.
You know, I'm just saying, Brian's got a good stack of backup running backs there on his team.
Just
That's all I'm
handcuffs.
saying.
They're just handcuffs.
All right, let's
You
go
know
to
who's also a handcuff on his team right there? Adrian Peterson.
What do you think
I
Windsor
hope
takes?
he makes it to me because
Ronald Jones, maybe?
I'd love to pick that up just in case.
DK Metcalf? Paris Campbell?
DK Metcalf is
Derek McKinnon.
DK Metcalf is on Jared's team, Brady?
I was scrolling through his dynasty team.
Hollywood
Naming
Brown.
people.
Kenny Stills. Hey, they updated him too. Got the HOU. Ooh, you know what? I see a guy that I like.
The Miles Boykin pick, Mark. I like it.
I see a guy
Oh,
I'd
yeah,
like.
speaking
to
of
Yeah,
which,
take.
Ronald
the-
Jones!
What?
He's on his dynasty team, bro.
Mhm.
Shit.
Are you reading names off your dynasty? Damn it. Tima, it's Spanish. It's fine.
He knows already. 4 out of 13.
Why do you know the number?
3 out of 13. Well, he drafted Mike Evans, technically. Why do you know the number? I'll pencil you in as a yes.
Alex!
What is happening?
It hurts.
I'm finally going to take a tight end.
Hey, so what trade rate is Mark gonna make this year on Alex?
I think if I trade with Alex, I get raised.
John Brown for Todd
Gurley.
Gurley. So
Wait, what Bears player does Mark have? Bilev? Nobody. Oh, he might have Allen Robinson.
all right, hit auto draft.
Oh yeah, he might get.
That's fine.
The
He gets Devin Funches. What the?
He got auto drafted, Devin Funches.
Bro, that's so good.
I love it.
Lamar
Love it.
Miller.
Nines.
Love it.
Oh,
Show
good.
me Lamar Miller.
God, we're almost done. Please.
Hey, don't worry, we just have to do it again, right?
I know.
That one's
Oh,
only
y'all doing
15
another
rounds.
One right after?
Yes.
Yeah, we got the Funhouse League.
Oh,
The
man.
fun house.
60 seconds for that, please.
Yeah, it's already
to
set to
God.
60 seconds.
That's we can start
Raquel
talking about.
Armstead. Is that the guy that they picked up today, or is
No, that's the guy they
that was
drafted.
already there?
Yeah, we should start talking about teams we like right now. Think that'd be good
I
talk.
love my team.
I like my
Brady,
team.
you said the same thing every single
Okay,
year.
but don't
Brady,
say
you're
your
always
own team.
dead-ass
Like, find a team
last
that's not
every single
yours.
year.
I was not last year.
Oh,
I
you
don't
were
think I've
second
ever,
to last.
never been
Third to
last.
last.
Never been last. I've also won before, so.
Same.
I like Yeah, but he won like fairly and without collusion. Anyways,
Somebody's a
I
little
like
salty.
I like Jared's team,
You always like Jared's team
and I also like Alex's team
with an
Like
X.
with a C or with an X?
with a C. We could have done better.
Ooh.
We could have done way better than Tyler Lockett.
I agree, but shout out to Karen. Love you, Mom. I'm gonna take
gay.
Tyler Lockett.
Outside
Yeah.
of that,
Oh yeah, because you
like-
don't love your brother. You said I love you to your mom earlier today. You
Yeah,
were
on the phone,
Marge.
not in front of people.
Yeah, I don't
screaming.
care. I love my mom. Shut up, Brennan. You love Karen
Shut up,
too. Don't even
Brennan.
lie. God.
I do love Karen.
Exactly. Everyone loves Karen. You hate Karen, you get kicked out of the league. That's just how it is. It's not up to me, but
I like Brennan's team a lot
I was gonna
covered
say I kind of
Zeke.
like Brennan's team.
because he covered Zeke with Pollard.
He's got some high reception receivers right there after taking 3 straight running backs.
because you let him.
I let him take Chris Godwin.
Yeah,
Oh
I
no.
like the Christian Kirk.
And he's
pick.
got
I
my
think that one
defense.
can pay off.
I like Brady's team a lot.
I like Chris's team. It has a lot of my dynasty players.
Hey,
So
if
Chris
it's any-
has Mark's
if it's any
dynasty team.
consolation, if it's any consolation, I went 3 of our 5 hot takes in my first 3 rounds.
I like Brady's team
You know whose team I kind of like?
because I like his receivers.
I don't want to say it.
The
Outside
Giants.
of some picks, it's not Brian. It's Thomas.
Think what, Brady? Come on.
I was gonna say that, Brady.
And
I kind of like Tommy's
I
team
like the
too.
carry on
Who should I
Kamara,
give,
Thielen,
Brian?
Galladay. Don't agree with the AJ Green.
Don't agree with the Kareem Hunt or AJ Green.
who should I give Brian? Should I give him a defense now?
Yeah, give him the top defense.
yeah,
Give him the
give him-
Chargers
yeah,
defense.
Chargers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just give him a defense.
I like Brady's team not because
I
of
like
the
that,
star
Mark.
receivers that he has, but
Josh
because
Allen in
the
the
receivers
14th
that you
round.
picked,
I'm
Brady.
probably gonna start.
I think
I could
I'm
probably
gonna
flex
do
Sean
well.
round
I
2
think
if he
so.
shows out.
Mhm.
So that could be really.
I like
good.
that.
The guys that you picked up for your other receivers, Brady, your 6 through 9, are all receivers that I think are gonna do pretty well this year.
Mhm.
So
They're-
that's what I like
They've
about
got
your
a
team.
big upside.
Tommy has some.
I like
dumb
Mark Stebbins'
picks.
Singletary pick. I like the Sammy Watkins pick.
Is there any way we can talk
I like-
Tommy
He's
back
got a
into the
lot.
league?
I like Mark's team.
Yeah.
I wish.
So it
Dude,
says I have 1 bench spot remaining, but I
even
have
Kyle-
16 picks.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I was confused. It's just weird.
That's
I think.
weird.
I am only showing 6 bench slots, so I should have another pick.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why when you guys were like, "Hey, it needs to be more people," I told you it wasn't adding up correctly.
Yeah, I know it wasn't, but
I love it, Brady. More value picks.
A Gawoombala, a Gawoombawale.
surprised no one's taking a
Mwappa.
shot talking about Cardinals players on Isabella.
You know what? I was gonna take him over Beasley, but I just think Beasley's got a really good
I
I
opportunity.
looked at
in
it
Buffalo.
too in
I
the
am
Marquise
so low
Brown
on
pick,
Isabella.
but I was kind of like, I see
I'm not.
Keyshawn doing better.
I'm just not in on Isabella this year with Fitz still there.
It's
there's-
Fitz, Kirk, Michael Crabtree.
Yeah,
There's a
I'm
lot
just,
of receiver
I'm just,
depth
I'm
there.
just not in
Johnson's-
on Isabella right now.
Mm-hmm.
Deshaun
Keyshawn
Johnson's
Johnson.
outshining him right now.
He is.
Yeah, but they're different positions too. I mean, like
Yes.
Isabella's the
Yes,
slot
you're-
guy,
you're-
and
you're
he is
right.
going to be behind Fitz the entire year.
And
It's-
the other problem is for all of these players to have value, Kyler Murray has to go off,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think.
I don't
he's
think
going
he
to.
has to go off, dude. I really don't. He,
He
doesn't
needs
have to
to-
go off.
He needs
Brady,
to get like
Brady, they were
4,000
last
yards,
last
bro.
year. If he's average,
I said for
we're-
all of them to have value, not
okay,
ju-
for all of them, yes.
for all of them.
I agree for all.
There'll probably be one. It'd be
But-
David
but I-
Johnson and one receiver.
But I think the way you have to kind of approach Arizona is less of like it's going to be this guy and more of who is it going to be.
Who is it going to be this week?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so you just have to fire the shotgun and hope that one of your
Mark's
you know,
gonna
one of-
stash a tight end.
one of them.
Stashing another tight end there, Mark.
Well, Kelsey is known to miss games.
What are we giving Brian?
I just hope he doesn't miss
Giovanni
games in
Bernard.
the first 4 weeks.
Give him a
Stack
kicker.
up from Mixon.
There's no kickers in this league.
Yeah, I'll give him Bernard.
Yeah, give him
Then
Bernard.
Bernard back up for
Cheers.
Nixon.
Like, let's go already.
I wanted to take that pick, but
So Tommy said if I had
he
gone
would
Josh
make that
Gordon
pick if it
instead
was
of
there.
AJ Green, would you guys like my team more? I was flipping
Yes.
between the
Yes.
two.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like his team more too. If he
yeah,
went Josh
I
Gordon.
agree.
Like,
I mean,
a
I
lot more.
like.
I think it's a
pick him.
value to take Green
I
there
thought
because he
was
comes off
gonna
injury.
pick-
but-
I mean, I thought he was going to take Josh Gordon there.
Yeah,
I
you-
mean,
yeah,
I
you
tried to
were
call
calling
it.
it.
He did get out. I mean, he is drawn
If
him
you had
out.
taken Mike
Moncrief.
Williams or D.D. Westbrook right there, your team would have been even way better.
Yeah, but D.D. Westbrook fell to me, my guy.
He did fall to you. It was a good pickup by you.
What did Alex just change his team name to? I can't even see it.
The last, I don't know, come something.
Surprise.
The last combender.
Gross.
Yeah,
That's disgusting.
that was pretty gross. All right,
The only
come
one
on,
who still
Alex.
needs a defense,
so
or is it you two,
close.
Brady?
So close. Come on.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
me,
too.
you, and Jared. Me, you,
Let's
and
roll
Jared.
it. Let's roll it. All right.
The
I'm taking
defense who I
this.
wanted is gone.
Back up
And
my
Mark
Josh Jacobs
Richard.
pick.
Actually,
Back up my Josh Jacobs pick.
Which defense you want right now, Brady, so I don't take it?
Nah, I'm not gonna
roll.
tell you
Come
who
on,
I'm gonna
Alex.
take.
Pick somebody.
I'm
Pick
being
somebody.
100% serious. I'm looking at Buffalo. I'm looking at
It's
It's
loading.
me.
That was weird.
Oh,
Houston.
wait. Wait for Jared. Mine's Seattle.
That was my third option, but I will take Seattle.
God, there's so many quarterbacks on the
Oh,
board
shit.
still. It's insane.
It's his ability.
Actually insane
guess
how
it
many
wasn't gonna
quarterbacks
draft
are on the
them,
board.
Lamar Miller or
Andrew Luck. Interesting.
Andrew Luck.
Playing on the most premier platform.
I guess we are. Oh, we are.
I'm a
Mhm.
home astronaut.
At home,
That
it's
was-
not
that
a
was a good-
butterfly
That was
therapist.
a good. That was a good one.
That's a good meme.
Good meme. Good memes. Well, that was a long show.
It is a long show. We're currently at, I think, an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're wrapping it up.
We're getting close. We're at the final round.
Yeah.
All right,
Please
so let's
make
come
your
to a
picks.
consensus. Let's do it. Let's try and come to a consensus. Number one team right now drafted.
And you can't vote for yourself.
And you can't vote for yourself.
Can't vote for yourself. Okay.
Okay, number two team overall drafted.
Okay, yeah, we'll say number 2.
Eshawn's a good pickup, Jared. Just why not?
Brennan. That's mine.
Yeah,
I was going to go Brendan, too.
I give it to him.
I would.
Brady, you got an
Thanks,
opinion?
guys.
I also like Tommy's team. And I like Brady's team.
I like Marks.
I like Chris's team.
I like Mark's and I like Chris's team. I like Chris's team a lot because of the running back potential he has there. Especially
like
with Geist. If
Marks.
Geist plays. And in the late round, Larry's Larry Golden Tate coming back, Kiki coming back. You had the Malcolm Brown back up too.
I'm blushing
Plus-
over here, Brady. Thank you.
Kyler.
Heiko says LMAO Brendan's the absolute worst team. Trust.
Jake got
Alright.
out for us.
I do like Brady's too. I don't like Leonard Fournette though,
Hmm.
and I think Miles Sanders.
Yeah, he's
came
gonna be too busy
early.
punching walls and stuff, you know. Other
I don't think
players.
Miles Sanders was too early. I would have taken Miles Sanders with my pick. If Brady, I thought Brady was going to go Mac, and I was going to take Miles Sanders. I don't
I
like.
almost went Mac. Actually, and the other person I almost went was Derek.
I talked myself into it when I realized that Josh Adams and Smallwood were both gone. I don't think I think Corey Clement is the backup. I think Darren Sproles is Darren Sproles. We all know what his thing is.
Hey, we love
I think
Darren
Miles
Sproles.
Sanders- Yeah, we love Darren Sproles, but I think Miles Sanders is the guy. I think he takes that role from week 1. I think you see him break out week 1.
Brady hopes so.
Alan Year
No,
34 says
I mean, I
they're
have
making
to-
fun of my team, but I'm a win it all. Yeah, with your Carlos Hyde running back winning it all.
I am waiting for Carlos Hyde to pop off. One, he's on my Dynasty League team, so I'm gonna be fine. And 2, it's just gonna be funny.
Come on, Brendan.
Where's
It's
he
the
at?
last
I know, where's he at? I'm gonna take it just in case.
Dwayne Haskins.
My God.
Why not? I'm probably gonna drop it anyways. Just why not take something? Most of these picks are just meh at this point.
Chris.
Sorry.
The worst fantasy quarterback in history,
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
How can we round out this team? Well,
Dude, Alex got tiny hands. Doyle,
baby hands.
baby hands.
Baby hands.
And it's Jack.
I could agree. I could see it, Tommy. with the J Howe pick.
Alex's team started off so hot.
I really could. I could
Cool.
see
And then
Jordan
blew
Howard
up in the
getting,
fifth round.
It cooled off.
getting the most touches there for sure.
Cooled off. It went
But
ice
there's
cold.
just so many.
Billy.
Yeah,
in that
Alex
backfield.
I just
could've
don't
actually been
see
really
how
good.
Jordan Howard
Yeah.
is it when he couldn't do it in a Matt Nagy offense.
We were impressed. the
How does
first
how
4 or
does he
5 rounds.
translate how does he translate to what I
Auto
think
pick Brian.
the Eagles want
Who
the
am I
same
giving him?
role?
Just auto pick him.
No.
Like they want a guy who is going to be the same thing that
There you go.
But the
Jameis
problem is
Winston
they're
in the
not.
16th.
They're not the Bears offense though. Like they don't. They want somebody
but
like
they
it, but they
operate
don't.
similar.
Yeah. I think that J Howe also. I think the problem a lot with last year was also the fact. What hurts him is the fact that he's not a pass threat. And I think it became pretty apparent that when J Howe's in the game, he's either blocking or he's running the ball straight up the middle. And that's what hurt the Bears for
Right.
J Howe. And, not giving the Bears offensive line any help there. I mean, they did a lot of good things last year, but they also they also did not give Jordan Howard too much to run behind either a lot last year. And it was apparent in some games, but
Yeah, part of
Yeah.
my
That's a good
part of
point.
my book in 2019 is that the O line blocks for David Montgomery.
because there was a lot of games.
Well, they
last
just
year.
extended
I
Cody
remember-
Whitehair. You're welcome.
I mean, I
Another
remember us
K-Stater.
watching
They have-
last year.
Another
We were
K-State.
when we were watching the game last
K-State
year. And we were like,
produces
what is
offensive linemen,
happening?
dude. Interior offensive linemen.
The plus to the Bears, they have their same offensive line. There's a position switch,
Also,
but it's
the
the same 5.
elusiveness of Mop is going to help. I think.
Mhm.
There's a player who I didn't
Actually
think would not
was.
go drafted.
I didn't
Yeah.
think he'd get drafted either.
Is
I
it
thought-
Big Ben Roethlisberger?
No, I can't
it
draft him.
Greg
Heel
Olsen?
hair? I started.
Quincy Enunwa?
Greg Olsen?
You'd start him?
Starred. I'm gonna
Oh.
keep my eye on him.
You would
Jordan
start
Reed?
him?
Jordan Reed?
No. Oh, he's one of them.
It was the Seattle Seahawks.
defense.
No. Like another player who I know he's.
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
know
be
you're saying. I
drafted.
know you're saying.
Ted Ginn?
Okay. Oh, shocker! By the way, Jared takes the Detroit Lions defense.
And the draft.
Interesting.
Oh, thank God.
All right,
Are you
that
sure you want to?
is the draft.
Hop into the draft room.
All right, you want to just go ahead and we're gonna end the show here?
Yeah, we're gonna end the show here, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. You can find us on Twitter at MadmenFF and on YouTube, where this show will be live in case you guys miss
Like
every
Brian.
show. They'll be on YouTube at FFMadmen. Appreciate you guys hanging out for
Remember when we
a very
going
long
to,
show.
We're
we
gonna be
are-
changing days too.
Yeah, we are going to be changing days next week. We're going to do 2 shows a week starting next week, starting Tuesday at the same time, 9 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So yeah, we'll definitely we'll tweet that out as well and make sure you guys know that. Yeah, so we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Later.
See you.
Peace.